Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lillian Manfred Mibey. Uh, it has been long without bringing more topics on disabilities. As you all know, I'm a person with a disability, especially the category of physical disability. So today I am going to discuss about challenges faced by adults with disabilities. You see, I'm an adult. As you'll see, I'm an adult. And during my growing up, because I think later I'll I will later discuss about challenges faced by children with disabilities. But for now, I'm just going to deal with the challenges that adults with disabilities face in life. We have so many challenges, so many challenges. Hey guys, both men and women, we face the same challenges. So you see, okay, men have their own challenges and also women have their own challenges. Now, for example, I've got several barriers that causes all these challenges in a person with disabilities. We have one being the attitudinal barriers. When you talk about attitudinal barriers, this is how one perceives you. This is how one looks at you. Sometimes one can look at you and drive a certain narrative about you just because of your disability, and this is why we have stigma. We have stigma and discrimination, and we also have stereotyping. Like stereotyping, as a person with a disability, you see, someone might not want to sit next to you. Reason being, he or she thinks that when he sits next to you, probably you're going to infect them. You're going to make them be disabled like you. But that's not true. We are not contagious. We cannot infect you. We cannot cause you to be like the way we are. That is just an attitude that people think that it is so normal, that it is a curse, and that's why you are the way you are. Another thing, stigma. Someone might not even want to associate with you. Someone might not even want to sit next to you just because, it's like you're not human. There is that thing, like, when you sit somewhere, you might end up seeing that you are seated alone. No one is with you, that attitude. Actually, people with disabilities are not contagious. It is not a curse that we are the way we are. We know nowadays we also have disabilities that one can acquire. So if someone got an accident and he or she happens to sit on a wheelchair, will you say it is a curse? No, it was an accident. It happened, and probably that person never knew that such a thing will happen. Guys, we are not contagious at all, at all. Just change that attitude. Disability, you can get it anywhere, at any time. So we are not contagious. Another barrier is about policy barriers. We have laws, we have regulations in our country, but now you see, they don't take it that seriously. There are existing laws, but no one is putting them into practice. You see, like they say, a person with a disability can work, but you find that even though those laws are existing, when it comes to job, when it comes to employment of persons with a disability. Not all people can approve that. Sometimes people look at you, they think that even your mind is not even working. Some other people can look at you and and conclude that you're such a burden. You're such a burden. But guys, give these people job. We sit on that desk for a very long time. We have no time to roam about. So that time we have that we are seated on that desk, actually we can do something. It's only that sometimes one is not even given that opportunity. Reason being, they think you cannot work. I have a friend, he was my colleague somewhere. Then he told me one day he went to a barber shop. He was shaving his hair. Then this guy asked him, do you work? Then this guy told him, yes, I'm working. So you're working as what? He told him, I'm an accountant by profession. Do you know what this guy said? So you mean here it's working? You see that, still people don't believe that a person with a disability can work. A person with disability can also deliver. You see, guys, those policy, and I would urge our existing leaders in parliament, please enact those laws and let the people put it into practice. Guys, please enact those laws and let people follow the rules and regulations. Another barrier is physical barriers. Physical barriers, these are just structural obstacles. They can either be man-made or just natural. For example, when we talk about man-made, these are the things that has been made by a man. Now you find that you got into a building, guys, stairs. It's not even accessible for a person with a disability, especially that person on a wheelchair. You can imagine, you just need to be carried together with that wheelchair upstairs. Sometimes you need those services up there, maybe in a certain building, but because of stairs, you can't access. Another thing is about where you can park maybe you can have a space, you can get out of your car and move with a wheelchair. You have no place to park your car. You have no place to move around with your wheelchair. Also, when I talk about stairs, sometimes persons who walk on crutches, like me, I walk on crutches. But now, sometimes when the place is so steep, I cannot access at all. We also put tiles. We put tiles in some buildings, and those tiles sometimes they look so slippery that just stepping on that little water on the floor, you're just down the next minute. So those are the challenges about physical barriers that we face as persons with disabilities. And please, when you guys are building these houses, at times call a person with a disability so that at least he or she can guide you on how to move, on how to install those ramps, how to install those rails. Sometimes they build ramps that are like this. You see, you cannot move. You cannot move. You'll need the support of the other person. And sometimes we just want to try. We want to do it by ourselves. That we want to move, we want to walk, so that it feels good to do something by yourself. But sometimes, being carried all around, and it's something probably you would have made it to walk. Sometimes it feels good to go around. Guys, okay, another barrier is communication barriers, how we communicate. Some of us, category of persons with disabilities, we have those ones who are hearing impaired, others are deaf. They cannot hear, and so we need sign language interpreters along the way so that they can assist them. They can assist them when when they want to. Interpreters can assist them when they want to relay information to them, so that we are equal. It cannot be like some people have the information, others do not have the information. You get it? And also it applies to those ones who have problems with their eyesight, a lack of brails. Sometimes there is for one to read, probably he or she will need the large prints, others will need small prints. It's still a challenge. It is still a challenge, guys. And I know we've come from far. We've come from far, and I know change takes time, and with sensitization and also creating awareness to many people, with the time this thing will start sinking into them, and they'll start implementing these things wherever they are. Now, another challenge, social barriers. This one is a bit tricky. Social barriers, guys. Social barriers. This one, it's also a challenge because persons with disabilities, we want to interact with other people. We want to share a lot with other people. We want to play. We want to interact with people. You see, this thing of isolating us, sometimes it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. Someone might think just because you have a disability, you don't deserve to travel. You don't deserve to travel. It's like you're wasting, it's a burden. You're wasting your time. But we need to travel. We want to move from one place to another. Like we hear people talk of different places. Now you hear like stories. But why not? Why not us? Can't we also travel? Can't we travel? We deserve to travel. We play games. There are games that persons with disabilities can play. But why isolate us? Don't isolate us. We can play. There are games we can play. And when we play such games, it feels good. You feel part of the society. You feel like you're part of other people. It brings that sense of belonging, that you can mingle with other people. So give us that opportunity to be part of the society. Give us jobs. Persons with disabilities can work. Allow them to work. Allow them to work for other people. They can deliver. So don't isolate us. It's not a good feeling. We can have friends. Hey, there is this thing when it comes to marriage for persons with disabilities. We are the most neglected people. Why? As women with a disability, they will say, now you've married this woman, how will she carry water? How will she carry water for the husband? How will she cook for the husband? How will she get kids? How will she deliver kids to you? Hello, we are human beings. Women with disabilities can deliver children. But I always say this with the intervention of the doctor. They can deliver kids. They can make good wives. Huh? They can make good wives. Some people will not agree with me, but they can. Yes, they can cook. They can wash. Huh? They can do all those things the so-called married people do. Yes, they can get married. There is this thing in my community, or rather in my village. I was talking to my neighbor, a male friend. Now we were discussing stories about how is the area, about development, about, he was telling me, he was briefing me about the area. But do you know what? There's one guy who was passing by and he actually saw us. Hey, do you know what he went and told his friends? He went there and told friends, guys, is this guy normal? Then guys were like, huh? What? Can you imagine that guy? They've been talking for a very, very long time with that lady. But now I wonder, this guy is just wasting his time because is he sure that this lady is normal? Normal in quotes. Eh? You know what I mean? Normal. Eh? Is he aware? Does he know whether this lady is normal? Normal. Normal in quotes. The adulting life, the act of adulting between couples. Hey guys, women with disabilities are very normal, just like any other woman. We are just very normal. Very, very normal, guys. We are just very normal. We can reproduce. We get pregnant. We get kids. So who said that we are not normal just because of my disability? Be fair and be kind, please. We are just human beings. It's only that we got disability that makes us different. Otherwise, we are just human beings. You know, it hurts. It hurts sometimes. At times you ask yourself, when will these people understand that disability is not inability? And you may never understand because you are not in our shoe. You are not in our shoe. Guys, if I give you me, a whole me, if I tell you, let us exchange ourselves that you be Lillian and I be you. Hey guys, within 2 seconds or rather 1 minute, you'll tell me, Lillian, please take your body. Take your body. So be kind. Be kind. And you may not understand unless you fit in that shoe. Actually, I'm telling you the truth, guys. Just be kind. Okay, another barrier. We have pragmatic barriers. Pragmatic barriers. This is all about healthcare and service delivery about health delivery issues to persons with disability. These are now, here it involves the attitude of that provider towards a person with a disability. Another one, rescheduling of time. They have no time for person with a disability. It's like wasting time. They give little attention to this person with a disability. For example, women with the disabilities, they have always faced challenges when it comes to delivery. Like the other time I saw a video on a certain lady I know. She was telling us that she went to the hospital. She wanted to deliver. Then the nurse, or rather whoever was on that facility, told the lady, we don't deliver services to persons who have cerebral palsy. Guys, this is a person, a special case. She wants to deliver and you're telling her such. This lady says she really felt bad. And she later went to another hospital and she was taken care of and she delivered her baby. I think she said a baby boy, if I'm not wrong. But all the same, she delivered a baby, a very healthy baby. She's now a mother and she's happy. But do you know, sometimes women with a disability, the things that we are being told when you go to the hospital. Now, who did this to you? Is that guy normal? Who did this to you? And probably you're married. Probably you chose to have a baby. But still they say, who actually did this to you? Yes, I understand some cases, persons with disabilities, I know we are vulnerable in a way because some of us, along the way, they get raped, and you end up delivering a baby that you never wished for. But now in this case, I'm now talking about I'm not talking you as a woman. You chose to have a baby, you got married, but still when you go there, you're being told, who did this to you? Guys, it feels bad because, this person ends up feeling like, so it is wrong for me to have a baby. It is wrong for me to get married. The stories I hear from so many friends, guys, it's really frustrating. But guys, why not do your job? Provide the services that are necessary to this person. Why a lot of stories? Are we less of a person that we cannot have children, we cannot have partners? I don't know, but I've always felt like I want to talk about this issue because women with the disabilities are facing it in this life. But it's my prayer that one day things will change. Things will change actually. Anyway, we've come from far. We have come from far. I cannot compare now and those days. We've come from far, and I know better things ahead of us. Okay, now another barrier, I think the last one, or what? Transportation policy. Not policy, but transportation barriers. I don't know, my mind imeenda mbali kidogo. But now transportation barriers, this is all about accessibility. Moving from one place to another, we get into vehicles that are not accessible for a person on wheelchair. This person will just have to be carried, fold the wheelchair, put this person inside. Like those developed countries, as we are still developing. Developed countries, you find some countries I know, they have buses that when you want to go in, there is a ram. It comes automatically. Then this person enters. But now here in Kenya, my friends, I don't know, Vision 2030 or what? Getting into a vehicle is not that easy. It's not that easy. You need to be carried. Yeah, you need to be carried. Not all of us have vehicles, personal vehicles. So making that movement very difficult for us. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. And I know these are just the multiple barriers that we face in life. Lack of jobs, lack of money, mostly disabilities, especially most disabilities. Sometimes it is more of accompanied by poverty level. Person with a disability going to school, it's a challenge. To make it worse, special schools are too expensive. Assistive devices are too expensive. You imagine. Everything for a person with a disability is a struggle. Everything about disability, it's a challenge. Can you imagine? Personally, I acquired polio at 5 months. Growing up has not been easy. Growing up with a disability, you are a great burden, going to the hospital, coming back, your mother carrying you on her back every day. Now getting to school, maybe you start schooling very late in life, because I know some of my friends who started schooling late in life. Imagine. Now going to school, it's a challenge. Getting a job, it's a challenge. Getting accessibility in terms of transport, it's a challenge. Even going to church, it's a challenge. I am saying church, it's a challenge. I remember one day I was in church. I knew I'm a youth with a disability. Now our pastor said, if you know you're a youth and you're not married and you want to be prayed for to get married, come forward. Personally, I never knew that I'm a person with a disability. I woke up, I stood up and walked to the altar. I went there as a youth. Now I was prayed for. Now when it reached my time, I was ready to be prayed for. My prayers changed. I was not prayed for to get a partner, but I was prayed for to walk. It was, Father, in Jesus' name, let her walk in Jesus' name. I just opened my eyes because, it made me feel like, oh, so I don't serve to get a partner just because I have a disability. I felt bad. I opened my eyes. Since then, I don't go for altar prayers. When a pastor calls people for prayers, I don't go there. It's not in a bad faith, but I know my prayers will change. It is not what I'm going for will be prayed for. I'm not saying this in a bad faith, but this is just all about stereotyping and everything. Guys, yes, as I was saying, going to school is a challenge because you get special schools are too expensive. Getting a job is a challenge. No one approves you to work for them because you are a person with a disability. Social life, it's not that easy. They think you're contagious. They think you don't deserve. And also, by doing so, you get like, you see, you will stay long without getting a job. Going to college, not easy. Getting a job is not easy. Getting married also, it's not easy. Then, everything is just late in your life. By the time you want to settle, everything is just late. Thanks to the government who thought wisely that a person with a disability can work till the age of 65. But now at the age of 65, you'll be struggling a lot with the disability. But still, the better because you started everything late in your life. It is not easy having disability in life. Just everything is just a struggle. Sometimes you just sit and tell God, why? Why? Everything is just struggling. Why? But again, you just say, His grace is sufficient. We cannot question God. He has a reason for everything. He knows why He created us this way. I am a happy person. Sometimes I don't realize I have a disability, but I realize it when I go somewhere and I find like this place I cannot access. That's when I realize I have a disability. But all other things, and that's why I will encourage all persons with disabilities wherever you are, take every challenge positively, be happy, accept the challenges the way they are, and you're going to live a very, very happy life. And the government, please put those rules and regulations into practice. Let us not do it just for formality, just by saying, because there is this thing I once heard, when you apply for a job, they write, persons with disabilities are also encouraged to apply. But when it comes to job interviews, do you know what they say? These people, they don't appear. They don't appear for interviews. That is the excuse they give. Please, don't take our 5%. Give these people opportunity to work and they will work. Guys, thank you for watching. I am so glad. For those ones who have subscribed to my channel, thank you for subscribing. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so. Please subscribe. And I will really, really appreciate. Subscribe on it, like it, share it, and comment so that anytime I post, you'll always be ready to know what I'm about to talk about in my talk show or in anything I'm going to discuss. So guys, thank you for your time. Until next time, bye bye.